Hello Tamers and welcome to round 2 of the Dragon's Roar Arena, 4 Great Dragons versus Neo D-Brigade. The D-Brigades going first. Security setup. Digimon standby. Let's open the digital gates. Hatching, Missaimon evolves into, of course, Goldramon. Then for 2 cost into Sealsdramon and turn over. Hatching, Upamon evolves into Tinkermon. Then for 3 cost, Patamon is played. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, Virtue, Seraph, Authority, Throne, or Cherub other than 3 Great Angels in one of its traits, and 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its traits from among them to your hand. Return the rest to deck bottom in any order. 3 and 4, that is not bad at all. First, the Archangel in Jewumon is added to the hand, followed by Goldramon of the 4 Great Dragons. Turn over, and Sealsdramon moves out. First, he goes for security, cause with his jamming, there's no way he's gonna lose to a security Digimon. Check, it is 7k on Jewumon, he survives, and then, for 3 cost, he evolves into Tankdramon. On evolve, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Digimon with a play cost 5 or less and D-Brigade in its traits among them, at no cost. Trash the remaining. 1, 2, and 3. Now that is a nice haul because the 5 cost blocker Sealsdramon can now be played for free. Turn over. First, during the active phase, Missaimon's inheritable triggers. During the opponent's turn, while you have another Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits in play, this Digimon gains reboots, so Tankdramon unsuspends and is no longer susceptible to attack. Draw, Tinkermon moves out. For 2 cost, she evolves into Goldramon, and then, for 3 cost, into Jewumon. And on evolve, if you don't have Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in your battle area, you may place one from your hand, and the trial is now open to challengers. Triggering her second effect as well during your turn once per turn when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its traits, or place Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in your battle area, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3k DP for the turn. Now this is not enough to delete either Sealsdra or Tangdra, so they just send it to Sealsdra and turn over. Hatching Missaimon, and now for 3 cost, Tankdramon is going to evolve into the final weapon of the D-Brigade, Darkdramon. 1 draw. Then Missaimon evolves into Goldramon, and Darkdramon goes for security on its 11k DP. With the new Tankdra's inheritable, during your turn once per turn, when one of your Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits attacks, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Goldramon among them at no cost and trash the remaining. 1 and 2, but unfortunately there are no targets. However, this just means that the trash gets filled up with even more resource. Check, but it is the option card, Fatal Flame. On security, activate main, give 1 opposing Digimon minus 6k DP for the turn, then you may return 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its traits from your trash to your hand. So this minus 6k DP is sent to Sealsdramon, who is exactly 6k, so he is erased, but there is no 4 Great Dragons card to recycle from the trash. Finally, for 2 cost, the Goldramon in the raising area evolves into Sealsdramon. Turn over. Hatching, Upamon evolves into Patamon. Now first, the Patamon in the battle area will go for security, 2k DP, check, 3k on Goldramon, delete it, and now it is time for the trial to begin. With the delay effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, play 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its traits from your hand at no cost, but the Digimon played with this effect cannot evolve to level 7 and is deleted at the end of your opponent's turn. So trashing this card from the battle area, the Wrath of the 4 Great Dragons, Purple Megidramon, will be played at no cost. On play, delete 1 of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon, but if this card was played by the effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, add 1 to the maximum level of the Digimon you can choose with this effect. Which means, Megidramon can now crush 1 opposing level 6 Digimon. Darkdramon is taken out. Next, with Goldmon's inheritable, during your turn once per turn when your Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its traits is played, that Digimon gains rush for the turn, so Megidramon can immediately attack. Megidramon goes for security, 12k, check, but it is the Tamer Kazu, now played for free. And finally, for 3 cost, Jewumon will evolve into the dragon that shines in gold, and overseer of the trial, the authority of the 4 Great Dragons, Goldramon. 1 draw. On evolve, you may return 1 card with 4 Great Dragons and its traits from your trash to your hand, and with this effect, the trial is recycled and prepared to continue. Turn over. With only 1 memory, there isn't much the D-Brigade can do this turn. If they move Sealsdramon out, even if they evolve it, it will just be a sitting duck for the DP minus effects from Goldramon as well as the Angeumon inheritable. So they keep Sealsdramon in their raising area, and for 3 cost, have no choice but to evolve it into the Old Tangdramon. Turn over. And at the end of the D-Brigade's turn, because Megidramon was played by the effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, it self-destructs, but with its on delete, if you don't have a Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in play, you may place one from your hand into the battle area. So we move on to the second stage. Draw, Patamon moves out. Patamon will go for security first. With Woopamon's inheritable, on attack once per turn if you have 3 or less security, which they do, 1 draw. And check, 7k on Tangdramon, deleted. And now once again, with the delay effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, this time, the Wisdom of the 4 Great Dragons, Blue Azulamon, will be played at no cost. And with his on play, draw 2 cards, then if this card was played by the effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, gain 2 memory. So 2 draw and +2. And of course, it gains Rush from Gadomon's inheritable, so Azulon goes for security on 12k, check, 1k on Commandramon, trash, and Goldramon will go for the next hit. On attack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -6k DP for the turn. Then by returning 1 Magnadramon, Azulongmon, and Megidramon from your trash to deck bottom, trash the top 2 cards from your opponent's security. So, if they had everything set up, this attack would have just finished the D-Brigade off. But of course, it is still early in the game. They still don't have things set up just yet. With Woopamon's inheritable again, another draw, final security check for the D-Brigade, and it is the option card, Pride Memory Boost. On security, it's placed in the battle area. In the face of the 4 Great Dragons' barrage of aggro, the D-Brigade has been pushed to the brink. Because if you think about it, because of the nature of their mechanic, they essentially get 1 extra powerful beater every single turn. Next, for 3 cost, they play another Patamon on the field, once again searching the top 4 cards of the deck, and from among them, a Zulongmon is added to the hand. And then, for 2 cost, Patamon evolves into Gadomon, nicely passing over the memory at 1 to limit the D-Brigade's moves as much as possible. Turn over, and Tangdramon moves out at last. At the start of the main phase, Kazu's effect, if you have a Digimon with Cyborg or Machine in its traits in play, gain 1 memory, up to 2. But at last, the time has come for the D-Brigade to unleash their new secret weapon. They declare EX-03 Dark Draw. When one of your Digimon would evolve into this card by returning up to 5 D-Brigade cards from your trash to the top of your deck, for each card returned, reduce the evolution cost by 1. They choose these 5 in this order: Darkdra, Commandra, Sealsdra, Tangdra, Commandra. Since 5 were returned, for 0 cost, Tangdramon evolves into the newly remodeled Darkdramon. 1 draw, which is confirmed to be Decoy Commandramon. And with its 12k DP, Darkdramon will attack, aiming for Goldramon. With Kazu's second effects, on all turns, when one of your Digimon with Cyborg or Machine in its traits becomes suspended, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1 card, which we know is Tangdramon. Then, trash 1 card from your hand. They discard a BT3 Darkdramon. The attack connects and the 4 Great Dragon is pierced through. And now, with the delay effects of Pride Memory Boost, it is trashed from the battle area to gain 2 memory and paying 13 cost. Here it comes. The original final weapon of the D-Brigade, Darkdramon, hits the field. On play, return up to 5 Digimon with D-Brigade and their types from your trash to the top of your deck in any order, and for each card you return this way, gain 2 memory. These 5 are chosen and return in this order: Command, Command, Tank, Tank, Seals. Since 5 were returned, that's memory plus 10. The D-Brigade continues their turn. With the new Sealsdramon's inheritable, during your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn. Now in this case, this is a bit of a waste because the BT3 Darkdramon already has Rush itself. But because of the amount of memory they had this turn, they kind of had no choice. Just imagine if the 4 Great Dragons had been generous enough to give the D-Brigade just 1 more memory, so they had 2 to spare now. This too could be used to play the 2 cost Vanilla Commandramon first before this Darkdramon and gain rush from the Sealdramon inheritable to give them another attack this turn. But the onslaught is not over just yet with the new Darkdramon's effects during your turn once per turn. When you play another Digimon with D-Brigade in its traits, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost lower than or equal to the play Digimon's play cost and unsuspend this Digimon. Since Darkdramon is play cost 13, they can kill almost any level 6 in the game except for some reason BT2 Diaboromon, which is play cost 14. So they could even kill Azulong now if they want, but since he's gonna delete himself anyway, they instead choose the unsuspended Garumon, which is just wrecked. And then the Darkdramon unsuspends and goes for a second attack on security. Check. 5k on D-Dramon, trashed. And of course, since it has Rush, the old Darkdramon goes for security as well. Check. But it is the option card, Trial of the 4 Great Dragons. And just like the other delay cards, it is placed in the battle area when checked from security. Finally, for 3 cost, the D-Brigade will play the new Commandramon with Decoy. Turn over. At the end of the turn, Azulongmon self-destructs. With its on delete, another trial could be placed if there isn't one, but there already is, so it simply goes to the trash. Draw, hatching, and Upamon. Despite the D-Brigade's advantageous position, all the 4 Great Dragons have to do now is to use the trial to play the last of the 4 Great Dragons, Magnadramon, to give a blanket security attack -2 to the D-Brigade, such that there is no way they can finish the game next turn, while setting up another Goldramon in their raising area and just clinch the game on their next turn. However, it is with great regret that I share with all of you that despite going through more than half their deck, they still don't have a Magnadramon in hand. But in a way, there is still a chance. With the delay effects of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, the dragon that will be played is a second copy of the Wisdom, Azulongmon. Although there is no comrade to give it rush, once again with its on play, drawing 2 cards and then gaining a 2 memory boost. But still, no luck. For 4 cost, they played a Tamer TK because there is technically one place they haven't looked. I swear if Magnadramon is in there. Hup! But it was just an Agumon instead. They're just going to add it to the hand, and since it was yellow, recovery +1 to replace it. Now Upamon can evolve into Agumon, and then for 3 cost, Tinkermon is played directly onto the field. On play, one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon gains security attack -1 until your opponent's turn ends. The target chosen is the Decoy Commandramon. And can I just take a moment to share with you guys why the Decoy Commandramon is so good? Because if it didn't have Decoy, all the 4 Great Dragons had to do is use the trial to play another copy of Megidramon instead of Azulongmon, use this to pop this Darkdramon because it can unsuspend and have 2 attacks every single turn. And then if Tinkermon freezing Commandramon, the D-Brigade would only have 1 attacker, this old Darkdramon the next turn. Not enough to clinch security. And in that scenario, the 4 Great Dragons starting from 2 memory would only need to pay 3 to play Tinkermon, moving the memory down to 1. So even with Kazu, the D-Brigade would only have 2 memory. They would not be able to play another old Darkdramon from the hand for an additional attack to clinch the game. Okay, so analysis time over, turn over, active, draw, and hatching, Missaimon evolves into Commandramon. First, the old Darkdramon will swing on 11k, final security check for the 4 Great Dragons, and it is Garumon. 4k, simply trashed. And with that, the new improved Darkdramon attacks. The 4 Great Dragons have no blockers on the field and no security remaining. It's a direct attack and the match is over. And the winner is the Neo D-Brigade.